Welcome to Mr. Reddit Relationships. Relationship advice. My girlfriend is a habitual liar, entirely in denial. I'm able to recognize now which lie is a lie. She knows I'm not some fool anymore, but still refuses to tell me the truth. What do? I began seeing a woman, 22, in 2020, that for about 5 years of her life had dated an old acquaintance of mine. They broke up in August, and we began to get serious around November. December, she became pregnant. Now, I constantly asked her on numerous occasions if she had relations with anybody else, and my answer was always no. In March, her ex texted her phone as we were together in bed, and I reached for it. She instantly got up and ran away. After some time, she showed me the bare minimum between the two of them, and it was a text that read, "Watch out, I have a cold." I asked her what it means. She told me she has no clue why he said that, hasn't seen him lately, hasn't had any relations whatsoever. In the next coming days, she just seemed to be heavy with guilt and sadness. She'd randomly say things like, "I need to get baptized," but I believed her and we continued to date. Just off of intuition and her reaction, I knew it was much more to the story. So she used the fact that we had a small petty argument one night as an excuse as to why she had saw her ex. She's always known to tell me what she believes I want her to, or parts of a story that makes others look bad and not her. I'd ask her what happened. She'd say, "Oh, I needed a friend. We kissed but nothing else. He asked me to give him head but I didn't." I haven't had relations with him since August 2019. Very adamantly telling me she was innocent and I had nothing to worry about. Now, our problems didn't stop there. We'd continue to have problems, physically and emotionally. Any time that we'd lose the ability to respectively communicate, she would be 5 to 6 months pregnant, going to see her ex and on the phone late nights with him, reminiscing, gossiping, what couples do, and not exes. When I'd asked what happened all these other times, it was still very innocent. Always rehearsed, never any shame. I actually was the person who began to be mistreated, because how dare I not trust her? Why am I asking so many questions? She made this pattern seem normal, and actually made me feel, the man expecting a child with her, me and my feelings and my doubts, became a burden. For about 8 months on and off, I'd ask her, "Did you suck his D? Did y'all F?" "No, I'm not like that. It's been only you." Until one day I checked her Snapchat and unblocked his page. On her birthday, December 27th, her ex asked to see her, but we were together that night. This night is essentially the day that she began to conceive our daughter. December 28th, I spent with family, and so did I December 30th. These days, her ex was in her apartment, having relations with her multiple times each day. Videos were saved in their messages. She never apologized formally. She was upset at me for not trusting her, blocked me, ran back to her ex, for finding out I was the bad guy. All along, she's had no exact clue whose child it was. I stuck by her side and forgave her, because I didn't want a little girl to be brought in the world without a father figure being present, because of her mother's selfish mistakes. I got the DNA test and it was mine, but our relationship was far too damaged. We took a break for about 6 months. In this time period, due to pattern, I knew exactly where to find her. I was seeing other women and physically having intercourse with them. I saw her for the first time. She instantly broke down. I calmed her down, and then with her head down nervously, told me that I was the last person she had fun time with. This is information I didn't ask for, nor did I believe any whom. As we began to try and work on our relationship, I was made to tell her everything, but her stories were kept to a minimum. I began to poke holes in them, and same as before, piece by piece, with nothing but frustration, finally just admitted that she's been in contact with her ex the entire time, but still makes herself out to be perfect. I check her phone. She's in contact with a married man she used to work with. That caused problems in our past also, but calls it playful and innocent. Her ex, of course, she has deleted and hidden everything once again. Admitted to things like being friends on social media, but says she never went through with seeing him or anything naughty, even though they made plans and she was single. Another ex she's sending nudes to and playfully reminiscing to naughty encounters and wanting to see each other in the near future. Now, I know for a fact in these 6 months past, she has seen or has slept with one of these people, if not somebody entirely different that. She knows that after all that has happened and the amount of time I've spent learning her mannerisms, I can pretty much see through her stuff in its entirety. Day by day, her stories change, but once again she's sticking to the lie of not having relations with anyone. Even though she was single, and even knowing I don't believe it one bit. She still stutters, gets defensive, angry, hides and deletes anything I ask of proof, but expects me to believe the half-ass lies that she barely puts any thought into, actually making seem honest anymore. Is there any justifiable reason behind as to why? A, she wants me to believe she's still holding on to this facade of being a perfect woman? Or B, she can look at me, knowing I don't believe her, and with a straight face stick by these stories that constantly change and are unbelievable in a time period we were not together? I can understand the baby being involved, but now it seems like she's trying to keep secrets from me out of pure hatred or entertainment. P.S. I showed her the responses, and she says every single one has absolutely no truth to it. She grew angry with me and says I shouldn't listen to anybody but her. Okay, now for the top comments for this post. Gotta be kidding, man. Dead giveaway that months pass, and she offers information, of course leaving out details, to subliminally get the truth off of her chest. Another red flag leaving important details, shamefully telling the truth only once discrepancies arrive. I'm sure also what tends to be left out seems totally not even worth hiding. Buddy, I've been there with a few exes of mine, and trust me, she's not keeping innocent nothings from you. This is just one more lie to distract you from the original. My opinion, this is a horrible liar, but not a bad person. This is another attempt to save you from disappointment and tarnish you guys' relationship furthermore. I am so sorry you have a child with this absolute detritus of a woman. You'll have to have contact with her for the next 18 years at least. Here's what you do. No contact with her about anything but your child, and then only through text or a parenting app. I suggest the latter. Make sure she knows she is nothing to you except a mistake, and that although you love your daughter, there's no love lost for a cheating POS such as yourself. Detach yourself from her. You owe her nothing. Look after yourself and build a new life for yourself and your daughter that totally excludes this trash human being as far as humanly possible. Run. Fast. Seriously though, when people make the conscious decision to cheat and then remain with the partner they were unfaithful to, they have two choices. To own it, all of it, show remorse, and make the changes required to be a better partner and ensure this never happens again, or they change for a little bit. They sugarcoat their BS behavior, and in time go back to their lies, gaslighting, etc. But how easy are these options? 1. Stay, invest time and self into family and relationship, confront mistakes, establish boundaries. 2. Stay, you accept them for who they are, a liar and a cheater, and that this is a cycle. Or 3. Leave, divide your time with your kiddo and break up family. At the end of the day, you need to do what is right and best for your child, long-term and short-term. Really unfortunate to hear this situation is your life. Women can cause unimaginable pain. To keep your answer short, she seems to still be holding on to hope of maybe impressing you with this persona she portrays. Even though it was never real, she's gotten in the habit of making sure you believe it is. I'm sure she knows you know, but by the sounds of her character, doesn't care. Now, I know how frustrating that can be, but if she lied on much more serious circumstances, she definitely would not admit to it now. That it is. What she seems is information, not important enough for you to know. After all, you may have fathered a child you didn't create simply because she viewed her own image and reputation was more important than treating you with respect and loyalty. This woman is likely to never tell you much that makes her seem less than perfect. Whether it's during periods of breakups and even worse, things you didn't know better to question early on, they'll continue to while you're together. Once lying becomes a habit for so long, people lonely see regret in believing a better solution was to lie harder or hide better instead of being maturely honest with their partner. Sad, I know. Here's a question for you, young man. You knew something was off then, and you know something is off now. You may not need physical proof, but you know. Oftentimes, we let love blind us from seeing people for who they actually are. That wonderful, God-fearing, honest person unfortunately never truly existed. You don't need closure. You don't need the details. The work friends were never just friends. Ex-lovers labeled as friends are not. Monogamy is not idealistically likely because of humans their own enjoying privacy and freedom. Both boys and girls are afraid to be themselves in the bedroom or admit they've done things they think society or their partner would look down upon. It's human nature. Good luck to you. Speaking from a woman's perspective, I'd say you're right. Something is off. The reaction may be what she's in fear of, and rightfully so. To answer your question, 2 important reasons I believe women do this are night and day. 1, she loves you, made a mistake, and will do anything she has to have you in her life. 2, she enjoyed her company in the time apart. A girl's privacy is everything, and being criticized for a decision she may not regret will only make her angry in the long run. I hope this helps. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more.